home! Woo! I don't know where it is, I don't care, but that arrow is safe, and that is a success. Big news, big news! Cody here with Creation Outdoors, and welcome to the channel. And I wanted to hop on today because, like I said, big news. Total Archery Challenge is upon us. And there are some pretty big changes in the works that the orchestrators of the event have put in place for this year to try and help everything go smoother and heighten the event overall. And so we're actually going to hop on our handy dandy computer and check out what they have put in place. So let's get rolling. So if you haven't received an email from the organizers of Total Archery Challenge, they just went out. And so I got my email here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through on my computer with you my experience of this new system that they've put together called TACPASS. And what the hope is that it's a one-stop shop for everything Total Archery Challenge related. And hopefully it'll make things like registration easier. But also kind of heighten the event and everything around the event when you're actually shooting and out on the mountain as well. And so I'm going to record what's going on my screen, and hopefully everything goes as smoothly as possible. So let's get going here. So I have my email open. I'm going to begin just by clicking on the link that they sent in the email, and we're going to go from there. And so it brings up a sign-in page here, and supposedly if you shot an event before, all you have to do is enter your email address that they have on file, and they will remember you, and all you have to do is create a new password. So I'm going to do that a second. So apparently they don't remember me. So this is bringing up a new profile page. So they didn't have my email for some reason, even though I got an email. And as you can see, we have entering your name and email address and information, as well as some personal things. And so I'm just going to go through and enter all of this. And hopefully that will get us into where we need to be. And there we go. So we are into TACPASS. And this is pretty neat. So it's got a welcome up top. And what they're trying to do here is that it seems like they're trying to essentially create a new social media platform. And I hope that people use it. Because there have been some other things where social media platforms don't really turn out. And simply because it's just that they don't get used. And so everything is now in this TACPASS page. Supposedly there's an app, or maybe I saw something about an app in the email, but I wasn't able to find that in my phone, and so here we are for now. And so we can send invites and follow TAC updates, and what they've done here for registration is that they've shifted things around where you can enter all of your information beforehand. You can create a shooting group beforehand, and essentially what that means is less typing in when we're actually at the time of registration, and so that's pretty neat. The other thing that they did is for registration, they kind of changed both the timing system and the pricing system. So before you would pick a specific knot time, like 9:15 a.m., and that would be the time that you go up the lift and begin shooting your course. However, now they're doing kind of tiers, so like 8:30 to 9:30 or something, whatever they said in the email is kind of the first tier. And depending on how quickly you sign up or the order in which you sign up for that tier, that will dictate your specific knot time, which they'll give you kind of on the back end. And the other thing about these tiers is that also impacts the cost. And so it seems as though the earlier tiers, the earlier knock times, are going to have a higher cost. And this is because the people who have an early knock time can go out in the afternoon and shoot a second course. And so to me that makes sense, because the people with earliest knock times have the greatest opportunity to shoot a second course, but they're not paying for that. So I can see why they did that. So it just depends if you want to still shoot an early knock time and maybe pay a little bit more for the premium time, or just shoot a little bit later in the day and maybe have a cheaper value. I haven't been able to find any numbers on that at this point in time. So we'll have to see exactly what the disparity is between some of the earlier knock times and later knock times. But let's take a look into TACPASS a little bit more. So on the left, we can close this bar, but it's got a link to the mountain festival. So all the vendors are going to be in here with maybe discount codes and other information. Right now, if we click on that, there's just one. So that's interesting, but I'm sure will be expanded as we go. Members, and so this is members where you can connect with your shooting buddies or find someone, and so it looks like you can type in people and follow people, which is kind of neat. So that's also a little bit of the social aspect, and this goes on to the shooting group, but also who you're paying attention to in TACPASS as well. Seems as though they have a forums tab here, which is pretty neat. Classified, so that's cool. I like that. And also just general discussion and some miscellaneous things. That's really neat. I like that. Just kind of having a forum part here so that all the conversation surrounding TAC goes in one place. There's photos that seems like people are uploading. That's pretty sweet. It looks like Snowbird. That's pretty neat. And so just kind of, again, going to the social media component of this, that's pretty sweet. TAC Swag, so that brings you to their store where you can have or purchase a whole bunch of t-shirts, sweatshirts. That's cool. We don't need that right now. And then we can go back home. And more on the home page, it's pretty neat. You can have the plan of attack. This is John Dudley's primary preparation videos for more serious archers. Again, here's a vendor outline. Here's some more activity. And again, just recent discussions and pictures and things where you can post content on here. That's pretty cool. People posting relevant pictures and videos. That's pretty neat. And so again, they have mentions and following, which I think is part of the social component to this. They have an events tab up here where you can learn more about each of the events that are going on. And if we click there, it says coming soon and gives the registration information and the pricing. So the pricing still for one day is $60. We'll see if that changes, but according to this, it's $60. I don't know if that's for the earlier knock time or later, but we'll have to see what happens. Moving on, again, shooter groups. This is kind of neat. There are group names, which you can apparently kind of look up and see. That's kind of neat. And then you can go to your own profile, your groups, your group invites, and you can also edit your profile. So that's pretty neat. So overall, it seems pretty intuitive. I think it seems like a good way to integrate a lot of the things that have been happening over the last several years and hopefully streamline the registration process a little bit, which is going to be really helpful. That's been a big complaint for several years. Last year, I think it went pretty well, but hopefully this will be an improvement nonetheless. And I hope that this will make the event itself more interesting and special for people because they want people to use this during the event. And they mentioned in the email about things like weather updates and lift updates and even like notifying them of a really slow group on a course can all be things that can be done through TACPASS that hopefully will make the events better for everyone and really bring a lot of different shooters together throughout the course of all the courses and the course of all the events. And I think it's really going to be sweet. And like I said, I hope people use the social component of this to really make the experience better for everyone. And I'm excited to see how this develops and grows over the course of this year and years in the future as well. So pretty neat. TACPASS, check it out. Check your email. If you haven't received an email from them, I'm going to put an email in the description below that you can send an email to hopefully get notified of this and sign up because registration is happening soon. Like I said, I just got my email yesterday and supposedly, well, I know the registration for the first event, Oklahoma, is this Saturday, February 5, I believe. I'm going to put the listing for all the events and registration dates on the screen now. so that you can see them as well. Oklahoma's a new venue. That's going to be pretty sweet. I'm hoping to be there, and hoping to see some of you folks out there as well. If you see me at any of the events, say hi. Hoping to be at several this year, and hopefully we can also stay connected on TACPASS throughout the course of the year. So pretty neat. If it's your first year shooting, go check out a video that my wife and I did last year. We tried to put together a lot of helpful information because we were beginners not that long ago and went to our first events out west a couple years ago, and we just wanted to share our experience about how we prepared, the things that we needed to bring, and how the day goes, how the event goes, and what our experience was at Total Archery Challenge. So go check out that video. It's helpful for new shooters, and maybe other people will find value in it as well. And I'll put that in the description below too. So we'll see you on the mountain this year. TACPASS, get excited for registration. And if you want to stay tuned to some of the courses that I'm going to shoot this coming year, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. And again, if you see me at any of the events, say hi. I'd love to get to know and meet some of you all. And other than that, we'll see you out there.